I believe part of the mandate of this channel is to tell Kenyan stories. Yeah, stories that any Kenyan can listen to, stories that any Kenyan can take in and very quickly identify with. Yeah, of course we don't mind other people outside, non-Kenyans taking in this channel. That's okay. Yeah, but even as they take in this channel, our first and foremost priority is to speak to Kenyans. So anyway, without wasting time, this is an absolutely amazing Kenyan story. I know there are those of you who believe that if a story is not political, it cannot be amazing, it cannot be exciting. Yeah? The others who believe if a story is not about mshene, relationships, how somebody messed up, sex, it's not exciting. Yeah? Well, maybe after you listen to this amazing Kenyan story, you'll change your mind. Now, this is a story about somebody I know extremely well. And I know the circumstances very well because I was there, and I saw most of what happened. This guy was fired from his job, and sometimes it takes time for these things to sink in. So after he was fired, he was confident. He was confident that all those people who have been talking to him about consultancy jobs, all those people who have been bothering him, will turn up, and make good their big talk. But human beings are funny. Like for instance, everybody's interested in this woman and she's married. Then as soon as she's divorced, all of a sudden people lose interest. That's life. Humans are very funny. So all these people lost interest. So after a while, the guy was in a big mess. Rent hasn't been paid for 3 months. Kids are at home. They're not going to school. Electricity has been disconnected. And therefore what he does, he plays paka na panya with Kenya Power. He reconnects illegally. And then he's very alert. Stima inakuwa reconnected at 7 when he knows Kenya Power people are not around. Although he had quite a scare. I think one of them was coming from a reconnection. They noticed power in his house and they knew that meter is supposed to be disconnected. And they came. Anyway, this being Kenya, he had a few shillings. Anyway, you get the picture. The guy was in serious financial problems. He had borrowed all the money he could, from all his sources, some of them twice. In fact, he was playing also cat and mouse with some of the people who had lent him money because he had given them promises and he had no money. He needed money and he needed a lot of it very fast because he could see he was sinking. Another week or so of this and he'd be out in the streets, being kicked out of the house, no food to eat, blah, blah, blah. And remember, this guy's a family man, Most people don't know this. But fear and especially adrenaline are very helpful. Because they get you thinking fast. And you come up with very ingenious ideas. And you tend to do impossible things. So his skills were in journalism and writing. He was also quite useful in marketing. Okay. He hadn't gone to school for either, but a lot of experience out there. And so he came up with this idea. He decided he's going to jump in and dive into the gutter press. Now you know how the gutter press in Kenya looks like. It's an 8-page, 8A4 thing. Big headlines, catchy stories and so on. At the time he was doing this, gutter press in Kenya was selling mainly for 20. He put his at 10. We shall not go into a lot of the technical details, but maybe briefly, he did everything on his computer. Computers are wonderful things. He rushed to town with his flash drive or whatever it was. I think that time it was something called a floppy drive or something like that. And he didn't even have money to print his publication. And so what he did, he sold a typewriter. And he got the money and he went and printed. And he had a very good idea of how to sell, because he had done his calculations carefully. He had printed 10,000 copies at 10 shillings a piece. That's a clean, cool 100K. It would finish all his financial problems. So it was good to go. Now he knew for his plan to work, he'd have to sell these magazines very quickly. Okay, so he had come up with this ingenious idea of printing a miniature copy of the magazine, a small flyer, catchy headline, enticing people to purchase. So he approaches you, gives you the flyer, you look at it, And you say, what? Hey, this is very interesting. Can I have a copy? And give him 10 shillings. Yeah. And so using the rucksack his son usually used to go to school, remember his son was at home, he piled those copies inside, put it on his back, and rushed out to make his 100K. Now he was a journalist, so he knew a lot of things. Like he knew the highest concentration of Kenyan Nairobi population lives in Kibera. So he rushed to the slums. In the evening, he had made 0 Kenya shillings. Yes, there were very many people, and his flyers ran out very fast. Yeah, they were running out, at least the ones he had carried. But he realized those people don't have money. They don't even have 10 shillings. So he went home very dejected, very discouraged. Now next morning, giving up here was not an option. So next morning he woke up and decided to give this thing one last try. And he rushed to town. Now at that time, we used to have what is called the bus station. And at the bus station, we used to have these big KBS buses. And virtually all of them used to pass through the bus station. On Hakati Road, I believe. The road is called Hakati. Bus station at Hakati Road. And to his utter joy, his publication started going like hotcakes. Of course, he had a few challenges, like city council askaris. But within 2-3 days, he had his 100K. Within 2-3 days, life in that house had changed. The kids were back in school. Of course, he had to buy a new rucksack. The landlord was pleasantly surprised and had to call off the auctioneers. Life just changed. Now, of course, Nairobi is full of copycats. As soon as they smell money, everybody rushes and starts doing what you're doing. Okay, but he managed to hold his own. And hence birthed the 10-bob gutter press in Nairobi. Of course, what he did after this initial experiment is that he employed people to do what he was doing, and he was paying them on a commission. And since with this technique, somebody was able to sell very fast, his figures went up crazily. At the height of this business, the man was making between 60,000 and 80,000 Kenya shillings per day. Now that is not small change. But in the late 90s, when this business was being done, that was an absolute fortune. A brilliant idea executed got this Kenyan out of deep trouble. Okay, so ideas are money. If you get the right one, I think that's the big moral of this story. Now I need to tell you something else. This man, this character, worked very closely with the author of a book that we're promoting on this channel. 101 brilliant ideas that will thrive in Kenya, business ideas or money-making ideas that will thrive in Kenya. And he did not only use his experience, because what they did, as they were compiling that book, is that they actually went out and did some research. It was not just an idea, it was not just a question of writing down an idea. No, they went out and researched and confirmed that this is the idea. They even identified this would be the challenges, and so on and so forth. Now that amazing ebook is available on this channel. In fact, on your screens right now, you can see what you have to do to get a copy in case you're interested. Yes, in case you want to do another brilliant turnaround like the Kenyan we've covered in this story. But all in all, I hope you enjoyed this story about a fellow Kenyan. Okay, somebody was in trouble. Some of us on this channel, I'm sure, have been in trouble financially before. Maybe even some of us are still in financial problems. But I hope this is an encouragement. Okay, I've always been very encouraged by 4 words, 4 very simple words. Those words are, "This too shall pass." Whatever situation you're going through, it'll pass. It is life. It's just a stage of your life. You can imagine if you're reading a novel, that is just a page in the novel. Maybe in page 30, and things are very bad. But you don't know what's going to happen in page 35. Let alone what is going to happen in page 120. Things definitely will be very different. Because like in a novel, the situation does not always remain the same. Of course, it could continue getting worse, but there'll be a place where you'll hit bottom. and a turnaround will have to happen. You know, it's true in life. When you hit the rock bottom, there's nowhere else to go except up. Yeah. When you've hit rock bottom, there's no way you can continue going any lower. Yeah. So the only option is for you to begin going back up, 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 up. And who knows? You could even go back up higher than you ever were. Yeah, like the guy in our story that I've just told here today. So whatever situation you're in, and I appreciate the fact that it does not have to be financial, but I also appreciate the fact that most of our problems are linked to finances. Yeah. So whatever situation you're in, yeah, just remember those 4 words. This too shall pass. Yeah. Maybe it's not clear when, but it'll pass. At some point, this too shall pass. And of course, I'm sure you've also gotten very encouraged by this amazing story I've given you. It's not fiction. It's true. It happened. And it happened right here in Kenya. Okay? Now, I look forward to sharing many more very interesting stories like this one on this channel. I hope you'll enjoy them. Yeah? Ni vizuri sana kuchanganya kidogo, kachumbari here, kachumbari there. Yeah? Not just hard politics all the time. Okay? Until next time, this is Chris Kumekucha.